Satnam, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Jai Gobind, and this is your channel for grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live, and thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. This is our weekly video where I'm going to go over the astrology of the week, the major aspects that are happening this week, and then how that is going to affect us collectively. I'll show you the charts on the screen, and then I'm also going to do an Akashic reading for the intuitive message of the week using tarot and oracle cards. So excited to do all of that. I'm also excited to share with you guys that this week, Ashley and I, if you guys got a chance to watch the broadcast that we did, I think it was like a week ago or a little bit over a week ago, where we did mini chakra readings for people. And we also did a collective Akashic journey and energy clearing. Well, we're going to do that again this week. It's going to be like slightly different what we do exactly in the broadcast, but we're coming together and we're going to do this. So we're very excited. This is going to be happening on Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and I'll create the event within the next like day or so. So make sure that you put that in your calendar because it's going to be amazing. Also, what we're promoting generally or exactly with this broadcast is our new 4-week mini course, which begins us on September 2nd. And we're going to be meeting on Tuesdays, I believe 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, to talk about this sacred coordinates, this map that we have kind of created or kind of set the path for working with everything that we find in our astrology, in our gene keys, and our human design in a way that helps us to integrate it. So what are the steps to actually integrate these teachings? And we're going to go through that with you. We're going to talk about like, what does it mean to truly devote yourself on your, healing path? What does it mean to integrate? Where is the missing piece for you? Because you might have the very much logical mind understanding piece figured out, but you may have like the emotional piece maybe could use a little help. And so we'll speak to what we think would be the best sort of, step by step to go through and ultimately really fully understand and heal these shadows that we find in the gene keys. Like it's all in one. I've been doing readings and people keep saying like, I just love how you put it all together. Well, that's what we're doing. We're going to teach you like how to like integrate all the three systems, but actually embody the teachings into your life. So I can't wait for it. We can't wait for it. And we're excited to go live on Thursday and do this awesome broadcast. So stay tuned for that. Also, if you are new, make sure that you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified when I go live and when I upload videos. And also make sure to download my free moon astrology guide, which will tell you where your psychic gifts are. It also enters you into my email list, and I send out a weekly moon magic report that gives you the energy of the week day by day in written form. It's kind of nice to go back and look at. And yes, so all of that is really, really fun. We also have a free global community, which is like our own private Facebook group where you can post, you can share, you can, find other people that are, same interests. And this is where we're going to be hosting our free mini course. So you're going to have to create an account in our global community in order to access the course and to access the replays. So if you can't make it live, that's okay, because there is going to be replays for everything. You just have to join the specific, private space for the class, because obviously not everybody's going to want to do the class. But if you do, and you access the specific space, then you'll have access to the replays. So super fun, a lot of cool things happening. Welcome to Virgo season because I didn't do a broadcast. Well, we did our new moon ceremony on Friday, and now we're a few degrees into Virgo season, and that's kind of what the big deal is of the week. Is we're on our way to the eclipses. So that's another story. So let's actually dive in. Let me do a screen share here and show you the astrology of what's happening basically right now and what is significant about it. So here we go. This is the chart of right now. So the main thing that has happened today, well, the sun is at 3 degrees of Virgo. And today Venus entered into the sign of Leo. So Venus in astrology represents what we truly desire, what we truly want. And with Venus in Leo, we want like loyalty. We want love. We want passion. We want creativity. Those are the things that we value. So you have to somehow find your way to like stepping fully into expression, because this is also, I mean, this is Leo. So Leo is like the lion, right? Leo shines very, very bright. Leo like activates the energy and is not afraid to be bright and loud. And that's because it knows its worth and it knows its own power. And it's like very much leadership energy, and it's very much like alpha energy. So we are stepping into a journey with Venus, who is the goddess of love and beauty, to explore this new value, which is love, creativity, passion in ourselves, but also in relationships and, vibrancy. I think it's actually amazing. I think it's a great thing to have right now. She's bringing back those like Leo vibes that we just moved away from because we completed Leo season. And now we're in Virgo. And Virgo season is really, oh my God, there's so much going on. We just had our Seasons and Stargates Virgo season workshop in the membership. And it was quite a lot of information to go through. And there's a lot going on. The eclipse season is like huge, right? This is it. So the moon this week is going to generally be waxing. It's going to go through a waxing crescent phase. And I think first quarter square within the week, I'll check it. I think so. But again, it's slowly building up, waxing towards a full phase, which essentially will be a full moon total lunar eclipse in Pisces on September 7th. So we're not there yet. We just finished the new moon energy, but again, it's like held within this sort of like intense portal of Virgo from 0 to 29. And if you've been watching my videos, then you know the significance of the actual degrees that the eclipses are happening on. And we'll get into that when they come around one at a time. But just know that it's very significant. This is the month where we are experiencing a like literal soul surgery with this astrology. Okay, so let's move forward to the 26th. And so this is going to be tomorrow. We're going to see Venus make a sextile to Uranus, and she's getting really close to opposing Pluto. So Venus is kind of having kind of a big role this week, right? So you can say that this week is going to be a lot about like noticing what's important to us. Do we feel good? Do we feel like we're being seen? Do we feel like we're being heard? Do we feel like we're being recognized in the important ways that it matters, And if not, you got to look at that and be like, well, what needs to change in order for me to feel more, in alignment with all of this? So Venus sextile Uranus is surprising change or sudden shifting, or like I would say not positive, but like pleasant surprises. It's a good energy. It's a good vibe. It continues on into the week. And at the same time, she does make a trine to Neptune, bringing in an enhanced moment of intuition. And again, the moon is waxing crescent, which is about watering the seeds that we planted with the new moon. Okay. Now we get to the 22nd, and this is where it starts to get a little spicy because Venus will make an opposition to Pluto, and that's like a struggle. It's always like back and forth. What's opposing me? It's a mirror moment. And Pluto is power. Pluto is transformation. Pluto is death. Pluto is underneath the surface. It's seeing the unseen. and not necessarily in an intuitive sense. It's seeing what's like buried. that shit is like gnarly, you know, when you first come into contact or first come into awareness of what you buried. And it's like just sitting there rotting until you clean it out, which Virgo's very good at. You're going to feel uncomfortable with Pluto energy. So it's like power struggles, something opposing you that feels like is against you. And you have to work through that opposition to find your, you know, to find your way through. Maybe this is stepping into your power. The oppositions, usually the best way to like balance or heal oppositions is to find the middle path. So the middle way between Leo and Aquarius is me and them, meaning like in life and society and the world and humanity. Like, where do I fit into the bigger picture would be a good question to ask yourself during this time. And also, what do I feel is like opposing me? What do I feel is against me right now? And how can I find the middle path between that energy in general? Then we get to Thursday, August 28th, where Uranus makes a sextile to Neptune. And I feel like that's also going to be positive, but it's going to be like kind of like, whoa, maybe sudden insights, sudden intuitive hits, like the answer to something that you were looking for. And because Neptune and Saturn are retrograde, there's a reflective aspect to it. And it's like we've been doing a lot of reflecting. This is a month to reflect because Virgo asks us to focus on the details. So focusing on the details means that we need to pay attention and that we need to be fully present for what is here. And then to take it beyond that, it's like, can you find where you fit in here? You have to figure out like, where do I belong here? You know? Because if we feel like things are going against us, if we have the mentality of like something's happening to me instead of for me, it's always going to feel like we don't belong. And you have to find where you belong. You have to fit yourself into the picture because you fit somewhere. Where is that? And you got to figure that out. And that's the reflection. And that's like that soul surgery that Virgo is doing. Like, let's tweak this, tweak that. And so it's going to get nitty gritty. But intuition, insight can come through on the 28th on Thursday. And then the next big aspect happens on the 31st. And it is Mercury making a trine to Chiron. But actually before that, I do want to mention that we will have the first quarter square of the moon, which is going to happen on Saturday the 30th. So one day before this aspect that I'm about to talk about. First quarter square means that now is the time to make adjustments. Now is the time to sort of fix things. If they need to be changed, if you feel like the direction that you're moving towards, it's not exactly in alignment. And this is going to be a really good month to take the opportunity and follow the phases of the moon. Okay, so Saturday, first quarter square, like make adjustments if you feel you're not in alignment. How can you get back in alignment? What is it that you need to do? Have you not been following your strategy and your authority? Have you basically been making decisions out of alignment? Are you letting people run over you? Are you not speaking up? Are you speaking too loud? You know what I mean? Is it too much or too little? You got to be, what is it? The Goldilocks and the Three Bears, you know, find the perfect in between. But anyways, okay, so we have this first quarter square, moment of adjustment, fix things if they need to be fixed. And then the next day, Mercury trines Chiron. And this is like just a harmonizing of mind and healing, because Chiron represents the core wound. So bringing in just mental, some connection to mental clarity. I feel like we're going to receive some clarity about what, you know, the process of healing that we're all currently going through with Chiron and Aries, and also with Saturn and Neptune in Aries that are calling us to like initiate. Well, not quite yet, because you'll see that next week we're going to start the week with Saturn going back into Pisces, making his last little dip before he officially moves forward. And then we get closer to the full moon eclipse, right? So it is a lot, but there is, in Aries has been really strong, and especially with like the North Node in Aries that we just came out of from last year to this year. But essentially the Aries is like the initiation, the 25th gate, you know, from constriction to, I can't remember the gift or the city, but it's like the constriction to, I think it's universal love is the city. So there is like a heart opening. It's also opening your heart. It's the gate of the spirit of the self. So it's us. Anyways, any fire energy and any trines and conjunctions and things to Chiron and Saturn and Neptune are going to enhance that theme or kind of bring it up, make it louder. Those are the kind of situations, experiences that will begin to show us, to show up in our lives, to show us like where do we fit into that picture. And that's basically what's happening for the week. So Venus is playing a major role. That means this week is a week of like tuning into values, what's important to you, what do you feel is against you, how can you resolve. It's a week of like water the seeds, but then once the week comes to a close, make adjustments if you feel like it's not working out, this is not going in the right direction, because you have to, this is detailed work, Virgo season. And this is such an opportunity to like actually heal and release that you don't want to miss it. Like the universe is like, here is the most powerful purification you can be a part of. Like, do you want to do it? You can choose not to. And that's totally fine too, right? No judgment. But if the opportunity is there, like, wouldn't it be freaking amazing to like follow, like take that slide, take that water slide down to where you're going to end up in a much clearer space by the end of the month. So I'm going to keep reiterating like the power of what's actually going on because of the bigger picture of the season of Virgo, and not just any Virgo season, but this Virgo season is very, very unique. Okay. So now what I want to do is I'm going to go back over here because I want to share with you from the lens of the gene keys and the human design, the gates and the gene keys that the sun is actually transiting through this week. So we're still on the 59th gene key, and the 59th gene key was the ring of union. So it's very much about community. We're still in community energy, but it's about remembering like that we are all one, like coming together. This 59th right now is us asking us to work on dishonesty and to be honest so that we can actually have true intimacy and ultimately like the most powerful transparency. So it's all about what is true intimacy, where are you being dishonest? Good question to ask yourself. Can you be vulnerable? That's intimacy. It's vulnerability. And if you can't be vulnerable, then you're not intimate. There's no intimacy there. And usually intimacy is like we choose how vulnerable we make ourselves. And you got to remember that, because a lot of times I think we feel that other people are like, attacking us or this and that. And the truth is that if you're not setting those clear boundaries, then you are not, you're letting people break your own boundary. If you don't have a boundary, then you're letting people just walk all over you, So it's very important to set a boundary, have a boundary, and know where you stand. And then for true intimacy to happen, you have to let yourself be vulnerable, but it has to be in a healthy space. If you make yourself vulnerable in the wrong energy, then you're making yourself vulnerable to hurt, right? You don't want to do that. That's why you have to find the clarity in like, where am I being dishonest, even with myself? That could be something, right? So then when we get to, I believe it is, I'll find the exact moment. I know it's 5 degrees, 45 minutes with the sun. Okay, so Thursday. Okay, so this is what happens on Thursday. The sun enters into the 40th gate. And this changes the codon ring, because so far we've been in the ring of union for like a little while. Now we enter the ring of alchemy. The 40th gate is the shadow of exhaustion, the gift of resolve, and the city of divine will. It's literally called the will to surrender. And it's interesting because this 40th jinki and gate, it's found in the will center or the ego center in human design. And if you have something on the 40th gate, or if you have something on the 59th, which is what we're on, you're going to feel the enhancement of the energy. We're all going to feel it, either if we have it or not. But this 40th gate is about willpower, you know, the ability to surrender to divine will, you know, instead of exhaust yourself trying things that are not in alignment. Like, think about all those things. The codon ring, which is the ring of alchemy, is the following. This very powerful genetic grouping known as the ring of alchemy plays a pivotal role in the transformation of the human species. Each of these 4 gene keys will transmute your DNA so that there is no longer any interference in your physical body. This is a very powerful genetic grouping. The 6th gift is breaking down the barriers in human relationships. The 40th gift is forging new openness into our community. So that's the 40th, right? That's what we're on. We're going to be on Thursday. The 47th gift is allowing us to transform our old ways. And the 64th gift is opening us to a fresh set of possibilities for living in a new way. This is the job of this codon ring. To activate a process of karmic release. This is happening during eclipses. Of karmic release that allows your highest subtle bodies to manifest directly through your physical body by transforming our old ways and opening us to a fresh set of possibilities. This deep alchemical process will gradually bring peace on earth, which is crazy because if you think about, like, well, right now we are really focusing on heaven on earth with North Node Pisces, South Node Virgo. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. So holy moly, those are the energies. And so what we're going to do right now is I'm going to say the prayer to open up the Akashic records. And we're going to do an intuitive reading. I know I didn't check in with the chat and say hi to everybody, so let me do that real quick. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Shayna. Hello, Rebecca. Michonne is also here. Linda. Hello, Lish. Good to see you. Shala. Samistical. So good to see you guys. Anita is also here. Yeah, thank you for being here in general and being a part of this community. So when I open up the records, feel free to tune into, you know, your sacred space. You can close your eyes if you want to. It's almost like saying a prayer. We're opening up the energy, the door to basically connect with the Akashic and receive messages. And I will be using tarot and oracle cards to channel that message through. So here we go. From the deep depths of the cosmic mind, I hear a whisper. This whisper calls us inwards towards our essence. A light begins to glimmer the center of our hearts. This is the light of unity, the all-knowing wisdom of the One. Through this door, we open the gates of the Akashic, the magical flower of life. We see our duality. We recognize our sacred trinity. We begin to witness infinite possibilities as we become the observer and the observed. A powerful and luminescent light engulfs our being, and we feel many dimensions all at once. We enter the Akashic records, protected and loved by all star beings that have accessed these portals before. The records are now open. May wisdom flow, may understanding descend, and may we be blessed with the light of love. Yeah, that was a good one. Okay, so let's pull some cards. I just want to pull this up so I can see. Okay, And that noise is the AC that's like hitting the mic right there. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I can hear it on my freaking headphones. But all right, here we go. We're going to start shuffling here. What is the first thing that we need to know right now? What's the most important thing? Kind of like our jumping off point. Oh, there it is. Oh, wow. The Emperor. Very interesting. Okay, so the Emperor talked about, for one, like being in your power, being in your solidness, being in your leadership stance, like ready for anything. It also speaks to using what you've learned. I mean, like the Emperor becomes Emperor usually because like experience or, leadership. Usually people that are really good leaders have had a lot of experience, and they're in their element when they use the wisdom that they've learned from experiences. So I feel like that is really important for us to think about this week. This is also, I believe, the Aries card, and Aries is all about action. So this is not necessarily a week to kind of sit still and like, it's like put in effort, be the Emperor, like, and also like know your worth, but be ready. Like this guy is ready for action, not to just sit there and let it pass, So very, very, like, you got to be in your power. You got to be in your strength. You got to be grounded. You got to be solid. This is the week to use all of the wisdom that you have gained throughout your entire life. Use your wisdom from experience that has come from experience. Okay, what is the challenge for us this week? Okay, 4 of Wands. The challenge is to like just celebrate, enjoy it. I think maybe when things are heavy and hard, it can feel like, how am I supposed to enjoy this? This is hard. And yeah, things can be hard, but I think the universe is reminding us like, what are you grateful for? What are the things that are going good? Not the things that are going bad. Yeah, the things that are going bad or are challenging, you're going to deal with them because you are ready to. And it's your job to, and you'll handle it. But don't forget to have a little fun here and there, is what they're saying. What is the overall theme for the week? What is the overall theme for the week? And it's funny because you can't tell because I have the whole studio set up. I even bought a green screen and everything, but I'm in LA now. I'm not home, but I brought the whole office with me because I was like, I gotta have everything. It's like, if I'm gonna be here for a month, I gotta have everything. Okay, overall theme. This is amazing. This is the Queen of Wands. She is like the most magical of all the cards. Like, she's got all the magical powers. Okay, this means you have all the magical powers. So the overall theme is like this is very mercurial in the sense of like alchemy and the and knowing exactly what to do and having the power to manifest, I guess, could be one of the things, to achieve your goals, having like the desire, having this is a positive energy. This isn't like the bad witch. This is like the good witch, meaning you just use your powers like in a way that is, it's going to help, you step into the things that you desire within, definitely no harm, no harm to others. Like, you focus on yourself and you manifest your dreams, but you don't like cause harm to others, right? So this is your magical powers. Use your powers. Like, use your magical powers this week because they're enhanced, they're active. Like, this is it. And I feel Venus in her power here and the very Leo energy, because she also has like a sunflower in her hand, which is significant. It has to do with sun energy, and the sun rules Leo. So there's like, stand in your power. I mean, there's 2 figures now that are standing in their power in different ways. So know your magic. Ooh, yes. Okay, what is the wisdom from the ancestors? Oh, that card almost fell. Another card of celebration and fun. 3 of Cups. Enjoy, have fun, play, be with friends, like celebrate, just make sure that you are having fun. This is definitely a week to like let things feel the best they can, to do whatever you can to make sure that you're feeling good. And that means like be in your wisdom, remember your wisdom, stand your ground, and know your worth. Ooh, oh my God. Okay, so this week we get the baboon. Definitely a new card for me. I've never pulled this card before. Let's see what the baboon is all about. And hopefully the baboon is here. Okay, here we go. Baboon. It's okay to defend yourself and set firm boundaries with difficult people in your life. Ooh. Baboons are fierce and loyal protectors. Now is the time to be more discerning and defend yourself when necessary. Only share what is sacred with those you trust completely. Avoid those who wish to take from you. Sometimes no is simply the best answer when it comes to setting boundaries with difficult people in your life. Do not be afraid to speak your truth and walk away with those who do not respect your need for space. Baboon reminds you to ground yourself after any intense situations or confrontations. Learn from the experience so you can understand your role as well as the role of others involved. This will help prevent more future conflicts and eliminate feelings of being victimized or bullied. Once you understand the lessons and gifts involved with these types of challenges, you'll never have to repeat them. And that is so fitting because that is what wisdom, that's how you use wisdom. Like you don't repeat the same mistake over and over. You learn from your experiences, and that's how you become the emperor. Wow. That is quite the reading for the week. And let me see if I have this. Oh, I do. I want to just read real quick as we go into the 40. What is the energy that we're going to be working through with the gene key? So the 40th gene key, which I said enters on the 4th, on Thursday, goes from the shadow of exhaustion, gift of resolve, and city of divine will. The 40th gift of resolve is about becoming adept at giving to yourself. Ultimately, it is about deep physical relaxation. My gift to you. I come when it is time to relax. Oh, I like that. And for you to understand the importance of balancing your desire to serve the world and your need to enjoy your life. Hey, baboon, teaching us to make boundaries, right? There always has to be a balance. Do not be afraid to stand your ground, set healthy boundaries, or be generous with yourself. Your time and energy are precious. Sometimes saying no to the right thing can be more powerful than saying yes. What the hell? I just read that in the other card deck. I am not asking that you rest now and then. I want you to relax deeply and fully with your whole being. And that's when the true gratitude comes in, right? When you are genuinely relaxed, you are free to work in harmony with your true nature and environment, Virgo season, and will have all the energy required to complete any task, no matter how great. The health of our communities and nations depend on people who have true inner resolve and a balanced physical, emotional, and spiritual life. What a message for us this week. So profound. This is profound in terms of like, how do you help the world? By helping yourself. It's literally what this is saying. So let's close the records and we will be complete. From the deepest depths of our soul, we give gratitude and love, for we understand we are a fractal of that cosmic whole. As we give, so we get, open to all possibilities through all time and space. We walk through the Akashic portal back to our inner space, remembering that this wisdom lives within every cell of our being. Thank you, star beings, for holding this sacred space and for protecting us during this journey through time and space. The records are now closed. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please join us in our free 4-week mini course called Sacred Coordinates, the Map. The link to sign up is in the description. And we will see you on Thursday for our awesome and epic broadcast with Ashley. Satnam, everybody. Have an awesome week. I'll see you soon.